one. Welcome back to the 52 Weeks to Wealth. My name is Walter Amarello, and we've got Wealth Principle 18. Only deliver the highest quality product or services, and from there, constantly improve. If you've been journeying with us for the last 52 weeks, you know the process. We've gone, and last year we went through these entire principles all the way through. This year, we're doing it again. We're in Wealth Principle 18, which the first 18 were all about getting you into the right business, getting you the right frameworks, getting you the right mindset so that you could be successful. Hands to the camera if you've already gained value from the first 17 principles. Excellent. Hands to the camera if you have been applying each principle aggressively each week. Excellent. And that's why you're seeing results. Well done. Wealth Principle 18 starts with only deliver the highest quality product or services. This principle comes directly from every massively successful entrepreneur. Think Elon Musk, Henry Ford, Jeff Bezos. Think the guy who created Apple. They create a great product. Guys.
What?
Yeah, come on. There's a flow to this. So they created a great product, and that product was then delivered intelligently to the audience, to the group. Once that product went out, they now had a community that came back and said, well, this is something we like. This is something we like. We want this new addition. Hands to the camera if you've ever said you want something different to us in this community. Ask for more, ask for a training or a tool or something extra. Excellent. So we do the same thing. That's phase 2. Continually improve the product. So you've got only deliver a high quality product and service. Hands to the camera, by the way, if your product is high quality, your service is high quality. Excellent. Let's test this theory. I want you to write down on a piece of paper the name of your product, name of your service. Write down on a piece of paper, leave room underneath, write down on a piece of paper the name of your product or service. And then I want you to put yes or no right on top of each other, yes or no. And you're going to answer this question. Have you bought this product or service? Have you bought this product or service? See, if you're delivering a high quality, high value product or service, you should have bought it. Does that make sense? We agree. If you have not bought it, you're probably not the right person to sell it. There's a good chance you're not in a position to sell this product or service. Hands to the camera if you had to put no. If you looked at it and you're like, I've never bought the thing I'm selling. Excellent. Do you think that that's having an effect on you? Hands to the camera if you think that's having an effect on what you're selling right now. Do you believe you could sell more? Is there somebody in your market selling more? We'll ask that question. Is there somebody in your market selling more than you? I'll venture to say the reason that you're not selling as much as you want to sell is because you don't believe in the product yourself. You haven't purchased it yourself. You haven't taken money out of your pocket and put it into this product or service. Hands to the camera if we can make that connection, if that makes sense. So the easiest way to gauge whether a product's good quality is if you've bought it. And the second easiest way to gauge if a product or service is good quality is if you keep buying it. If you keep buying it, if you keep buying it. I sell education because I spend thousands and thousands of dollars on education. And I write books and I keep buying books from other people. I buy other people's books. I buy other people's courses. I buy other people's training, other people's mentorship, other people's coaching. And so it's a product I believe in. Hands to the camera if you recognize that. It makes sense to buy what you believe in, to build something that you would buy yourself and then continuously improve. The mentorship has improved significantly since we started it over a year ago. When we started over a year ago, it was just me. I was mentoring. And then over time, I realized I needed people who were smarter than me, more talented than me in their specific niches. We brought Mike Shine in, the king of partnerships, the holistic attorney, the closer. right? We brought Dr. Terry Wager in, a psychologist, an NLP practitioner, a hypnotist who understands how to help you build your business because he understands the mindset behind it. We brought Doug McGurkin, the king of freedom hack now, aka closing hacks, teaching you how to get out of your head so that you can close more deals with the right frame, saying the right words. Mitch Durfee, talking about credit repair. Dorina on follow-up, connecting with people. By the way, let's give Dorina a round of applause. If you've ever gotten a text from her, you are very, very special, very lucky. She only texts the people that she likes. She just happens to like everybody in this room. With and Ryan McDermott, who I don't know if he's on the call right now, but Ryan, we were hanging out with him last night, and his suggestions, his advice when it comes to just how to build a really great business around information, around finances, is so valuable. What he does for each one of you with his experience in investing. By the way, we're going to have him at the 2-day training, passive multifamily investing boot camp. He'll be talking about how he bought his first house and how his finances would have run if he'd done things a little differently. Who knows? That's going to be a very interesting conversation. Absolutely. Mitch Jaworski will be there with us talking about how to evaluate multifamily deals. Who knows they're going to the event on the 12th and the 13th? Who already knows? Excellent. Get registered. Register up quick. Now, constantly improve. We're going to write down a list of things that you could do, or things that you have heard from your clients before that you could do to improve your product. Now, I want to be very clear about this. It doesn't have to be things that you know how to improve. It doesn't have to be things you have the money to improve. Just something you know would improve your product. Write it down and be very clear and descriptive as you're writing it. What is something you know you could do to improve your service or product? For Ron and I, it was bring in outside coaches. That now created more ability to service more people. The other piece was we added Alchemist University. This was an online platform where you could get information without having to ask us any questions. Hands to the camera if you've been on Alchemist University and seen that it's extremely valuable. Excellent. The net worth tracker. The net worth tracker was previously just an Excel spreadsheet. Actually, it was just a PDF. Then it became an Excel spreadsheet. And then we built it into the website so it could have its own graphs and it moves pretty cool. These are tools that we added afterwards. The multifamily calculator, the mortgage calculator, the compound interest calculator. These are all tools that we added over time that don't actually cost anything to you guys. Does that make sense? Adding value. Mission to millions. This event was because the community had asked for it. And so we delivered. We weren't sure how to do it at first. So that's what I'm getting at. It's okay if you don't know how to deliver this improvement on your product or your service. Just write down that you want to do it. Just set the intention that you do want to create a better service and a better improvement on your product. Thanks, Cam, if you were able to write something down. Excellent. Give yourselves a round of applause. You now have some tools. The story that I want to tell comes from the first time I had an experience with a coach. The first time I had an experience with a very, very high ticket coach. See, I went through the program. I went through the 3-day event, where the 3-day event was obviously selling something. Who's been to one of those 3-day events to sell something? Yes. So I went through the 3-day event and I knew it was the right product for me. I was sold, right? He was very good at selling and I was sold on the product. And it was a $10,000 product. Who knows that a $10,000 product would make your heart like pound if you had to go and put that down, but you knew it was the right thing to do. Okay. So like a lot of emotion around it, but it's the right move. And so I didn't do it, right? I walked out. I missed out on an opportunity. An entire year went by. This event came back again. And when it came back again, I knew, because they didn't have to sell me the second time. Does that make sense? You've had that experience. You got the sale. You knew it was the right thing for you, but you just panicked. You choked. You didn't go and make the move. A year later, I go to the event. I know I'm buying this time. I know I am. And we get to the sale. And it hits me again. Same emotion. I don't have the money. What if I can't capitalize on the tools? What if I can't take the training seriously? What if they fail me this time, right? What if this is the one training that they just, they're on vacation the week that I happen to be there. Has anybody ever felt those feelings or those thoughts when you're signing up for a training program? Okay. So before I built this company, I had that experience. And I went and I spoke to the speaker afterwards. He came down and off the stage, which might as well have been a mountain because there was no way I was ever going to touch a stage, by the way. He just came down from the mountain and came over to where I was in the valley and, back where all the seats were. And I asked him, I was like, man, like, I know I wanted, because he asked me, are you going to sign up? Right. By the way, great salesperson. If you don't ask people, are they going to sign up with you? You won't know, right? Write that down. If you've never asked somebody, are you going to sign up? Are you ready to do the work? Are you ready to work with me? So he asks, and it starts instant conversation. Here come my objections. Boom, instantly. Well, I don't have the money right now. And his first response, when will you have the money? I was like, well, like if I keep doing things the way I do things, one day, maybe a year from now. He's like, if you sign up, is there a good chance that you'll learn how to get the money this year? And I said, yes, there's a very good chance. And he's like, well, then are you ready to sign up? Which, by the way, it's not boring to go back to the original question. It just works. Does that make sense? Hands to the camera if that makes sense. Excellent. So he goes back to, are you ready to sign up? I said, well, my schedule, right? My schedule is crazy. And I don't know, like you didn't even tell me where these events were going to be. It was going to be 5 events and they were going to be around the country. It was either going to be California, Florida, or LA. And he didn't give me the dates either. It was to be announced, TBA. How terrifying is that? Hands to the camera if you've ever, you want to know if you're going to take days off or not. So it's TBA, and I don't know which location. I'm going to be West Coast or East Coast, right? And LA scared the heck out of me. I already knew the prices were going to be nuts, right? Vegas I could handle, Miami I could handle, but I knew LA was going to be an expensive trip. So I told him that, and he's like, well, here's the deal. If you change your life, would you be able to afford LA? If you learn these systems, would you need to work the crazy schedule you're working right now? We're going to teach you how to work less and make more. Is that the program that you think would be a good value so that you never have to have these conversations again the next time you want to do something? And that made me pause. And I said, yes, this would be a good value. Yes, this would be the program that would change my life. Yes, if I learned how to make the money, I would have the money. Hands to the camera if you know that that's the truth. Excellent. So there I was, a believer, but not a believer in myself. You see, I lacked the belief that I could capitalize on this program. I knew that other people could. I knew that he obviously had. The man owned 2 chiropractic offices, which he sold to the people that worked for him. And he was the landlord on the building, still getting paid a royalty on the work that they created and rent on the buildings. So he had achieved passive income in an industry where most chiropractors say it's not possible. Hands to the camera if you ever heard a chiropractor say, well, my clients only like to use me. Right. Here I was, a real estate agent, saying my clients only like to use me. And he helped me through that process as well. I signed up for the $10,000. I signed up for the $10,000 and immediately felt 2 things. Write these feelings down because your clients experience this as well. No matter what industry you're in, 2 things. 1, the fear of loss. Immediately my money is gone. Terrified. Just an anxiety there. And on the other side, excitement around what I'm about to get. Excitement around what I'm about to get. And suddenly all the anxieties of I'm not good enough, I can't, I might not be able to handle this, or I'm not worthy, just disappeared. And I started thinking about, what if I am? I mean, I've made this investment. I've paid this money. What if I am worthy? What if I am capable? What if I am that person who could be the 1% in the room, which, by the way, there was 200 of us in the room, and he said only 1% of you are going to move forward in a powerful way. The rest of you are going to be average people. And I started thinking, well, I paid. That means, there's only 20 of us who paid. There's only 10% of the room who paid. So what if I am that 1%? What if I have what it takes? What if I could change my entire family's path? What if I could have a bigger impact on my city? What if I could be the person who writes the check at the charity events? What if the what if started in my head? If you have that cause that you have, you know what I'm talking about, that thing that you really want to change in the world, the thing you want to have a positive impact on, then you know what I'm talking about. What if? And so I left and I got an email about a month later for the next event. The first event, and this event was called Guerrilla Business School. Who knows that Guerrilla Business School already has a badass ring to it, right? It's like guerrilla marketing, guerrilla warfare, guerrilla business school. So this kind of underground, how to strategize and build this crazy business from the bootstrap position, not having cash, which who can relate to that? Cash sometimes a little low. We want more. We always want to attract more. So Guerrilla Business School, I go out there 5 days, intense. I learned the tools. In the first day, I know I learned the tools that pay for the entire program. I still have 4 more classes, 4 separate events to do after this. And on Guerrilla Business School, day 1, I still have 4 more days left to Guerrilla Business School. And I've already made my money back. I know this. I'm taking furious notes. I'm building my business plan. I'm putting my tools into place. I'm applying everything. I'm texting my business partner while I'm out there. I'm like, dude, like this, we got to do this. And I'm firing off to my team and building something from just knowledge, just believing in myself, just being in the right place and applying the things that were coming to me. As they were coming to, my phone was firing off requirements, responses, questions. I was moving with my team as I was taking information. Hands to the camera if you know this is a powerful way to take in information. To be communicating as things are hitting you, taking action. Not just taking notes. I took notes. I took copious notes on things I couldn't take action on at the moment. But anything I knew I could take action on, I took action immediately. As the speaker said it, boom, I was firing it off. And so I was sitting there consuming Guerrilla Business School. I then continued, and within the first 3 months of having started Guerrilla Business School and applying everything, I earned $100,000. I took my business from 17,000 to 100,000. In that crazy time of starting this Guerrilla Business School and signing up for this quantum leap, this $10,000 package. And I still had 4 more classes left. I had Mission to Millions, Masters of Influence, Never Work Again, and Wizard Warrior Camp, which I didn't go to. I also didn't go to Never Work Again. So imagine if I had. But the reason I tell the story is I was extremely rewarded in just the first event. The second event completely changed my life spiritually and emotionally. Gave me the confidence that I could be on stage. Gave me the confidence that I could teach and build a community. That gave me the confidence that I could do the thing I really wanted to do in this world. And then I went to Mission to Millions and I realized what I wanted to do in this world. I realized the impact that I wanted to have. And so I had the tools and I had the desire and I had them put together. And then there was one more course that I paid for. And this was the clincher. This is the one that brought it all together. It was the Train the Trainer course. And this is where I got to learn how to speak on stage and build training courses that could move people forward. Hands to the camera if you're currently benefiting from that course. Yes, this entire business was built around the same model of deliver value, and always sell something at some point. Because if you don't offer the sale of something that would be valuable to somebody, you are doing them a disservice. So anytime you speak with someone, you should be offering a sale. There should be something that comes out of your mouth. You're delivering a high quality product and service and constantly improving. So talk to people who've never bought with you and sell them something. And then the people who have bought from you, ask them how you could improve your product. Hands to the camera if I've ever asked, how can I improve my product? If you know that I want to receive feedback, if you know that if there's a way that I can improve or give more content or value, I want to know. Thank you. I expect messages for the next few days on things that we could do, things that we could improve. I appreciate it. And if you haven't signed up for the mentorship yet, then I want you to very seriously ask yourself, do you deserve to be a millionaire? Do you deserve to be on this path? And if you don't believe you do, I want you to ask yourself why. Why not you? Why couldn't you be the person who changes your family course? Why couldn't you be the person who changes the income of your entire family, the trajectory of your entire family? My brother was the first to go to college and actually get a degree in my family. He was the first to go to college and actually get a degree of all of my family. He's the first Amarillo with a college degree. He changed the entire course of our history. I'm the first millionaire in my family, and that's already had a massive impact. Why not you? Why couldn't you become that millionaire, that first high net worth person in your family who makes a difference, who changes the way your family is going? We all know the people who start off with wealth, they got it pretty easy, right? We've heard that before. We have that belief system in our head. Well, they start with money, so it's easier for them. Why not your family? Somebody's going to have to make the commitment at some point, and the wealth gap's not getting any smaller. We know it's only going to keep growing. And so somebody has to make the decision to say, my family will be secure. My family is going to have an unfair advantage. My family is going to be part of the haves. And we'll do our best to give to the have-nots through education. By the way, you can't solve any problem in the world by just giving money to them. You've got to teach them how to solve the problem. It's a mindset issue that creates poverty, not a money issue. It's a mindset issue. You could be that person who solves those problems. Hence the camp, if you're committed, you know you want to be. You know, you're setting yourself up to be in the right position to do that. There is no more powerful lesson that I took than being able to speak, to be able to clearly communicate a thought, an idea, and compel someone to do what they know is right, to help somebody move along the path. And so we do have a course coming up, an opportunity. And that course is called Masters of Influence. We'll be teaching you how to use the tools of neurolinguistic programming. We'll be teaching you how to use the tools of hypnosis. We'll be teaching you how to influence on social media. I have Dr. Terry Wager with me today, and Terry is a hypnotist, an NLP practitioner, a licensed psychologist, previously licensed psychologist, and he's also a business building coach. He understands how emotional intelligence works. In fact, we were at the table last night, and I told him, I was like, man, if the whole world just understood how to handle their emotions, there'd be no war. There'd be no argument. There'd be no divorces. There'd be no fighting. There'd be no relationship issues. If people just understood how to stand in their power and be a decent human being, there would be no problems, right? Emotional intelligence, the only thing the world really needs. And after that, we could build really, really amazing societies. Not that we don't already. We already build, I think we have some really cool technology. And then Doug McGurk, if you've never seen Doug speak live, man, there's something compelling about a guy in a trash bag who rips himself out and then drags the trash bag around to show you just how real your own mental garbage can be. You know, it's just a small, thin little trash bag, but we know that if you're walking around with it on your head, it's a pretty dangerous situation, yes? That's just one of the many experiences that Doug is great at creating. He also created some very, very interesting experiences for everybody at Mission to Millions. People cried. People were moved emotionally. The energy inside of a human being gets moved around when you're in the presence of somebody with powerful influence. Being with Doug, being in the same room as Doug is like being in the same room as Tony Robbins if Tony Robbins wasn't 7 feet tall. Like Doug he's at your height level, but his energy level is Tony Robbins' size because he trained with him. And he taps into a power in the universe through using NLP, through using neurolinguistic programming. He's able to tap into that power and raise his energy without changing his body or his form. Like the energy level just increases and you can feel it across the room. Hands to the camera if you're at Mission of Millions and you had the same experience as us. Excellent. That is how you influence others. It's an energy frequency that you're able to put out through understanding the neurolinguistic programming that your mind has to receive and put out at the same time using something called models. He uses models and he uses frames. And once you understand them, you don't even need to know the words because the frame and the model hold what you're doing. You could literally talk in a child's accent of a different language and still get across what you're looking to do because of the frame and the model. Words become meaningless. Who here's thought that you had to know the right words to close a deal? Yeah, I know. We've all thought that before. The words are meaningless. It's the frame and the model, and that's what you learn with NLP. So Masters of Influence is a phenomenal product. I don't even know what we're pricing it at, but it will be more expensive than Mission of Millions. I do know when it is. It's August 1st. Darina will come out with pricing at some point. Who knows that this is something that they're interested in? Yes, this is a game changer. This is a game changer. This is an event, as me and Doug and Terry were talking about it, we were getting excited just thinking about what the community is capable of with this power, with this knowledge. Now, remember, moral, ethical, and legal. This is stuff that can either massively improve people's lives like it's doing for you right now, and it can also have disastrous effects if you don't control and leverage these tools to empower somebody. Anything we teach you when it comes to influence, if you're not the right person, can be extremely dangerous. We understand that? You have to be the right person, a person who is trustworthy, ethical, moral, doing things legally, because whatever you are is what you're going to put out in influence. So it's very, very, very important that you're a good, decent human being, in which we're all very good at gauging that. We wouldn't train you anyway. If you weren't anything more than an amazing human being, we wouldn't be here in this event doing these things with you. I like each and every one of you. I trust and respect each and every one of you, especially our mentorship members, everyone who's been through the mentorship. Hands to the camera, our graduates. Give yourselves a round of applause. It's amazing seeing your success, by the way, seeing you close deals, seeing you work with each other, partner with each other. It is the most rewarding experience that I've been able to have as a mentor. And I know the coaches feel the same way. Speaking of the coaches, there is a book of the week. Actually, before I mention the book of the week, Darina, could you drop the chat link in the chat? If somebody wants to have a conversation with Darina about the mentorship, how to get in, or how to get access to the Masters of Influence course. By the way, just like Missions to Millions, this course will fill up quickly. We only have room for 10 people. We're doing this in a very small environment. We're renting like a 12-bedroom house like we did in Mission of Millions, and we're going to be doing this one-on-one. This is not the sort of course for the whole world. This is a very specific course with very specific training, and it needs to be in a very small environment so that we can make sure that you're getting it. Does that make sense? We're basically teaching you to become a hypnotist, teaching you to become a master NLP practitioner, teaching you the arts. I mean, we're not going to give you a certification just yet. Doug has further courses if that was something you really wanted to get. Hands to the camera if you know those are really good certifications to have. So it may be down the road, but before you identify that, let's go to Masters of Influence and find out what you think about this. Let's find out if you can handle the basic level. And if you can handle the basic level, then Doug is always available to take people to the next level. He can turn you into a master. He can certify you in hypnosis and NLP. He has the certification himself, and he's licensed to be able to teach that, or certified to be able to teach those programs. Learn from the best, right? When you have a choice, always learn from the best. Awesome. So Darina, have the conversation with anybody who's interested in that. Send her a message or send her a Calendly. Only deliver the highest quality product and services, and from there continuously improve. Am I doing that? Do you see it? Do you notice it? The products get better and better, don't they? Who here knows there's a little juice on this one? There's a lot of excitement around this one. Absolutely. Mission of Millions was the same way. It was the first ever that we'd done. And now that we've proven that model works and that we can really have a massive impact in these destination events, it's time for an even better event. So I'm very excited about it. And if you haven't signed up for the mentorship, definitely sign up for the mentorship. You can go to gualtermello.com/GA or gualtermello.com/mentor and sign up for the mentorship, because I'm dying to get 100 millionaires who are on the mission to build their millions. Yes, if you're wearing the shirt, throw it up. Jamie Tatral, I see you. Chris Bazillion, hell yeah. And the secret to getting 100 millionaires is you got to put your names on deeds. Herline, I see you got the shirt. Kim Harvey's on our mission to millions. Yes. The shirts are empowering. We wear them as a tribe. We go out, we take action. We put names on deeds. We're building 100 millionaires. We're on our mission to millions. The point, the Dorina's got the shirt. The point is not to work. It's to generate income. We're moving in a direction together as a group more powerfully than we ever could by ourselves. Hands to the camp if you recognize that. And if you saw a video or you saw pictures of us at Tel Aviv the other night at the real estate investors meetup, the cigars and real estate, Chris Bazillion, do you feel the benefit that you're creating in this world by having all these investors together? Can you feel it?
Absolutely, man. It was a great time.
Let's give Chris a round of applause. The South Coast Real Estate Investors Group is growing and improving. There's over 50 of us smoking cigars, drinking whiskey. And then there was Dr. Terry Wager drinking Diet Coke. Terry doesn't drink alcohol, but he will hang out no matter what. He cares about this community. He flew all the way in from Portland, Oregon. I know, Terry, Oregon. So flew all the way in to hang out with us. Today at 12, we're going to be doing our mastermind, the Alchemist Mastermind. Hands to the camera if you know there's a lot of products we sell now. Like, there's a lot of stuff we do. It is so cool because Ron and I started with absolutely nothing, just a desire, just a dream, just a belief that if we taught and we trained and we surround ourselves with great people, we'd have something really great one day. And we just wanted to hang out with great people. That's why we built all this. Initially, it was just a South Coast Real Estate Group. We just wanted to talk with other investors who were doing well. And then it became more. And then it stacked on to more. And then it was Agent Alchemist, teaching agents how to become alchemists. Then it was Investor Alchemist. Then it became Real Estate Alchemist, teaching people how to master real estate. Then it became Alchemist Nation, which was more than just real estate. It was teaching business owners how to take their business to the next level and how to invest in real estate. And then we brought Mitch Jorsky in, and now we're teaching people how to do crypto. And we brought in Ryan McDermott, teaching people how to invest in stocks. There's a lot more to life than just working. The point is not to work, it's to generate income. There's a lot more to life than just being on vacation. You know, Ron and I have a blast building this training company. Dorina loves it. I know Terry, Mike, Mitch, Ryan, all of the coaches together, Christine, love what we're doing here. We hang out talking about what we could do next. When I was at Mission to Millions with Doug and Terry, all we were talking about was the next event. We're like, dude, like, how do we do a 3-day where it's massively impactful and we can move the most amount of people into the next series of programs? Like, how do we get more people to go through this process we've created that is freaking fantastic, that builds millionaires? And that excites us. Like, just the thought of more people being out there with a powerful mission that's making a ton of money, having a massive impact, that we could text at any moment and be like, hey, we want to go do this thing with you. Were you in? Imagine being one of those people who has the ability to go in on big deals. Hands to the camp if you know you want to do big deals this year. Excellent. The only way to do that is to become a millionaire. You've got to build your success. You've got to become more useful to us so that we can say, hey, you've got this specific skill set. By the way, Julie Bradley does my books. She's already doing it, right? She's our bookkeeper. Jillian and Julia are working together. They're figuring out a partnership, right? This is fantastic. We're already working together. Some of you already have skills, like Jennifer Sullivan. She's helping me build millionaires by helping our influencers and our speakers write books. Doug McGurk helping build millionaires by teaching our influencers how to speak. Dr. Terry Wager getting everybody to get out of their own heads and quit taking their own bad advice so they can move on a bullet train of action. Mike Shine teaching people how to partner up, closing deals, literally making people millionaires right at the table, writing the big checks, right? Closing deals. Mitch Jorsky, man, I cannot stop Steve from bragging about his crypto course. right? Like every time I see Steve, he's like, dude, I'm crypto on the mind, crypto on the mind, crypto on the mind. Steve was the biggest real estate guy previously. And now he's like trading on the dark web, the crypto resources and the yield farming. We're building something amazing thanks to each and every one of you. Each one of you has something to contribute. Each one of you has a powerful purpose that you're here for. I know Kim Harvey is getting all the Alchemist ladies together this weekend. Let's give Kim a round of applause. Alchemist ladies, chilling with the mindset of abundance. How can we help each other? How can we work together? How we can get to the next level? It's very powerful. Mike Shine delivers one of the most valuable assets to our community each week. Mike, what is the book of the week?
Morning, Walter. Morning, everybody. It's tough to focus with Mitch Jaworski right here. We're just chatting away, so I apologize.
I got Dr. Tara Wager on the side of me and Ron Bowling behind me. I get it. I get it, man. All this good energy.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm so psyched to have the crypto cat right here in his house. Anyway, so the book of the week is Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold, which is an amazing, amazing book, which gives you so many actionable items to be relentless, like Grant is 10x relentless in your salesmanship, and he basically points out that everything is sales, even when you're dealing with your kids. Somebody's selling and somebody's being sold. So you better, nice job, Joshua. You better be selling or you're being sold to, even if it's your kids trying to get you to buy them a pizza or something at midnight. Ask me how I know. Anyway, but yeah, so many actionable pieces of advice. So just like he talks about practicing sales before he went out, just over and over, having his coworker just throw objection after objection at him. So by the time he went out, anything that a real customer threw at him, he had already dealt with it. And the nice thing is we all know how successful Grant Cardone is. So you know that his actionable items work. I love books that give you actionable steps that says this is how you can do it. So I highly recommend Sell or Be Sold. I love all the Grant Cardone. He's a bulldog. And it's fun to listen to him on Audible as well because of his good old boy accent. So he's a rock star. We all know Grant. Sell or Be Sold, book of the week, and go get it. Peace.
Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. It's the truth. It's the truth. If you're a real estate agent or an investor or you own a business, then you have to learn the process of sales. If you are in a committed relationship with someone, then you have to learn the process of sales. If you have children, then you have to learn the process of sales because you are either being sold to or you are doing the selling. And in life, the person who sells the most gets what they want the most. The person who is being sold to the most gets what other people want. As a child, you were sold to the dream of working until you're 50, 60, 70 years old and one day getting to retire and have a house and a family. But as an adult, as you yourself, you can sell your own dream to other people. Your dream may look a little different. Hands to the camera if you know, that's okay. Awesome. Let's go to the coaches. Let's see. Doug McGurk, your lesson on creating a high quality product and continuously improving.
Well, thank you as always. I'm jealous. All you guys are up there. I was just there last week. I should have just stayed. What's up with that? No warning here. I would have just stayed. Damn kids. So one of the things from Tony that he taught and what we did was CANI, C-A-N-I, constant and never-ending improvement. And it is that philosophy of just, unpacking. And for those of you who are in our the NLP thing, we talked about the self-coaching, self-evaluating process where we're looking at what it is that we just did and what it is we can do to improve it. So the great takeaway here is sit back and review, celebrate what you have done that worked, and then add what's missing. So, okay, here's the piece that was awesome, and then what shift could we make? What could we do a little bit differently? And everyone has something incredible to offer. Everyone in this community, how many of you are honest, actually have invested tons of time, energy into yourself? How many of y'all, hands to the camera, right? So it is your duty, your responsibility to share what that is, what that aha moment is, what distinction you had, because you're going to inspire other thoughts within the community, and that's how we're all going to rise together. While we have our coaches here who all have potentially, obviously in certain areas, way more experience and ability to share, that doesn't lessen your contribution at all. As a matter of fact, it helps us create even better experiences, to dive in even deeper, to build on what you already have experienced, because you all have something tremendous to offer, and it's your duty, responsibility to do so. So that's all I have to say about that.
Let's give Doug McGurk a round of applause. Dr. Terry Wager, you're up.
You know, the idea of sell or be sold, when we're talking about that book, I think of it as influence or be influenced. Whether we're talking money going back and forth, or we're just talking about moving someone to your point of view, it's really about communication. And when you learn how to communicate the way that we have learned how to communicate, the hours that we've put into it, it's really important to understand that we are always influenced. And the thing that I talk about the most is we're influenced by ourselves. And so our ego is going to influence us to run away from stuff, protect ourselves, keep ourselves from moving forward the way we want to, or we're going to be able to influence our ego and bring our ego on board to help us be even more powerful by moving forward. And it's always either moving forward or backward. If we're hesitating, if we're moving backward, if we're going to think about it, our ego jumped on board and stopped us from our forward movement. And so this idea of just saying yes and committing and then making that decision and then making it right is all about what Sell or Be Sold is all about, with other people, but with ourselves first. One of the first things he says in that book is you have to sell yourself first on you, then move forward. Now, as far as continuous improvement, Christine and I built into our program 5 questions of service. We got that from another coach who said, you have to continually be moving forward and understanding. And there's 2 questions in there that are very, very scary for everyone to ask. One is, what aren't we doing well? And then 2 is, how can we help you to move forward with that and continue to move forward with us? And when we ask that first question of what aren't we doing well, everybody goes, oh God, they're going to tell us what we're not doing well. And our ego jumps on board and tells us what we're not doing right, and then tells us that we suck because we're not perfect. And then for most people, when they don't ask that, that fear gets bigger and bigger. And so we have to continue to ask those questions. What are we not doing well? What are we missing? Where are our blind spots that we can help you move forward by addressing those ourselves? And like, Walter, you're right next to me. Like, what the hell's his name?
It's harder when we're in
It's
person.
usually up where, yeah, right. Well, like Walter says, you have to be able to look at that and really ask yourself, what can you do more of? How can you grow further? And that's what we're all talking about all the time. When me and Walter get together, when Doug and I are on the phone, when we're together, we stay up till freaking midnight, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, talking about how we can make this better, because that's what we want, and we're better together.
Absolutely. Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. And Aleem, I love that shirt. It's the I Am Alchemist shirt. That one, that's on my to-do list. I know Ryan McDermott just texted me, told me yesterday he bought the hot tub business plan. So I am now jealous. That shirt is being ordered as well. If you don't know about the hot tub business plans, they do happen at our destination events. We hang out around the hot tub. We put plans together just because it's a relaxed environment. And we've been on our feet all day, you know, speaking and teaching and training. And so we get to the hot tub and it's like, we'll keep doing it. Just bring a beer and we'll hang out over here and build a business plan.
And it's been a really, really great experience. So I can't wait to own that t-shirt. And I am an alchemist. I love it. That came out perfect. Let's give Dorina a round of applause for all of the shirts she's been making for us and getting set up. Speaking of crazy situations, Mike Shine, what is your feedback? I saw the lights. You had all those lights a minute ago.
We got the party rocker playing in the. We always Brenda, Brenda's in the kitchen, so she's not there right now, but usually she's in. So we play Walter Amarillo Saturday morning. So she's making breakfast for the kids or whatever she's doing. So the party rocker is on, and there's actually lights that go with the party rocker. So when you come over, you can see that. But when it comes to improving your product, this is something that in my business I'm constantly doing all the time. We're just constantly tweaking. We want everyone to have the best closing experience possible. We want them to come in, be happy, come out, and if something's not working, there's a lot of conversations between myself and the paralegals and my partner just to make things better incrementally. I forgot what that phrase is, but a journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And so that's the way all my businesses have always been. I'm never satisfied in where we are. We're constantly moving it to the next level. And it's really rewarding when you see someone like a Kim Rodriguez come in and close quickly, happily, and is just really psyched. Thank you for these awesome tumblers, Kim. That was so awesome. So it's a great subject, and it dovetails nicely with Grant's book because he's talking about always improving, always be closing and always be improving. Peace out.
I like it. Let's give Mike Shine a round of applause. Dorina, what is your feedback for this wealth principle?
Thank you. It's a lot of examples of high quality items and constantly improving. And what stick to me today is really like, am I buying my own product? And really, who is this product for? Like, if we want to, and we definitely want to become rich, get to the millionaire status, so our product should be serving the rich, right? So then we can become the user, and we can buy our own product, right? So that's my takeaway is really, am I using it? If I'm not using it, is this for the rich? Is this for middle class? And how can I create something that I will be using myself? And also when I hit the millionaire status, will I continue using it? Is this worth building at all? So what is it? And really, is it long term? Is it scalable? It's like the next lesson that is it scalable? Is it scalable, right? And is it high quality? Is it going to add to the world, to the universe, to millionaire status, and also to people you hang out with? So if you're not using it, ask a question why. That might be a way.
Excellent. Let's give Dorina a round of applause.
Thank you.
Awesome. And Aleem, I saw that cup. You were holding up. That's a badass cup. It says 100 millionaires on it. Awesome. Phil's got his. That's the mission. That's what we're here for. Build 100 millionaires. Keep growing. Dorina, good point. It's about serving the wealthy. Build a product that can serve the wealthy, and also a product that you can be a part of. Dorina does all of our destination events. She's the one who sets it up, makes sure that everybody's there, makes sure that the coaches are creating a great product, and that everybody can get coordinated with that. That's a product I buy, right? I go to destination events. I go to masterminds all across the country. And this is how I know you built a great product, because you always ask, can I participate instead of like being there? Like, I'll pay. I just want to participate. I don't want to be doing the other stuff. Let's give Dorina a round of applause. She's created a product that she wants herself. And it just happens to be one of those things that she also gets to be a part of. So
That's how you know you're in the right place. That's how you know you're doing something worth doing. You want that product. You know you've created a valuable product. And every time we do a live event, like Dorina, even our mastermind, which we're going to be doing today at 12, even our mastermind, Dorina will constantly tell me, she's like, look, I'll MC it. Like, I'll bring up everybody's stuff. But she's like, I also want to turn at the table. Like, I want to be in the mastermind. I want to be able to say my thing so everybody can help me, because that's what she loves. She loves education. She loves training programs. She spent nearly $35,000 on her own education, traveling across the country, doing these events and hiring coaches. Actually, she's higher than that. She's brought on Terry too. And if you count all the stuff that she's gone and done with Alchemist Nation that, you know, we've comped for her, she's made a big investment in herself and loves it. Hands to the camera if you know you love what you do, you love what we do, and you know we're doing it together. We're going to the top. 100 millionaires with the inspiration to build 100 millionaires. Who did I forget? Mitch Jorsky, you're up.
Here I thought I was going to be able to sneak away.
Save the best for last, bro. Sorry, Mike.
Hold on. I got to show. This is funny. Me and Mike are doing the dance with the sound. All right, I got to turn my sound on. I can hear you now. At least I thought I could.
Let's just turn it up with this.
All right, I'm gonna listen to Mike's. No, now you can hear me twice. You would have been better off forgetting me this time.
Just come over here.
But now we know that what Mitch is going to say is going to be worth hearing. Hands to the camera if you're really excited for Mitch now.
Yeah. Don't
More
oversell.
pressure.
You know, it's funny. Actually, I had something specific to say, but then after listening to Dorina, it totally like pivoted, and I'm like, wait, no, I want to talk about that instead, because like a light bulb went off in my head, and that's what I love. Is like, listen, it's great to share, you know, some kind of informational lesson, but at the same time, I feel like light bulb moments are always way better, even if it's personal to me. You know what I mean? I still think it's useful for others. So when Dorina talked about, you know, do I have a product that like I would buy, that I want, and I was thinking, I was like, what about my products? And then I was like, yeah, like 2014 Mitch 100% wants like the intro scaredy cat to real estate. So like he doesn't have the experience he had buying his first property, you know, and then knows what's going on for the second. And the same thing with crypto. Like 2016 Mitch would love to have an intro to crypto course instead of spending like 2 years figuring it out himself, spending a year, you know, until he bought Bitcoin and it basically tripling in price in that time frame, right? Everyone's like, oh, you got in so low. I'm like, I could have gotten much lower. So it's just funny because I was like, yeah, these things are, you know, items I wished existed for me back when I needed them. So I don't know. Dorina's little speech gave me like warm and fuzzies, you know, in terms of feeling like I'm actually doing something that, you know, really does help people. And then real quick, as far as like, you know, the book Sell or Be Sold and that stuff, we all know that's something I'm growing in. And I look at it this way, like I no longer state I hate selling, right? Don't say that, that's bad. Although we know I'm not a fan, but I look at it as negotiating. Everything's negotiating, right? Everything in life, whether you have a kid and you're trying to get them in the damn car seat to go to school, whether, you know, you're trying to get your wife to go to a concert for a band she doesn't like you're negotiating in life all the time, right? And that's really what selling is, right? So for anyone that like says like, I don't like selling, well, you know, in the end, you're negotiating. You know, it's no different than when you're trying to buy or sell a property. You know, we're okay with doing that, but then when it comes to other things, you're like, I don't want to sell. Like, well, don't look at it that way. Like in the end, you're negotiating. So for me personally, that's what I've been doing to get over this whole like I don't like selling. And anyone that's been on a call with me, you know, I don't think there's a single person in this room that could say like they felt like I did a hard sell, right? Which means I probably didn't sell well enough, right? But the whole point is figure out whatever you need to use to get past that like block of like, I don't like selling. So for me, I just look at it as negotiating, and you know, from there continue to grow. And maybe one day I'll be able to sell like Galter and Terry Wager. So we'll see.
Let's give Mitch Jorsky a round of applause. It really, selling is so valuable if you have a great product. I'm telling you, it gets so much easier. The more you believe in your product, the more you love your product, the easier selling is. If you don't believe in it, yes, of course, you're going to have a hard time. That's no doubt. But if you have a great product, like Mitch has great products, that's why he's selling now. That's why he's saying, hey, by the way, yeah, this is the thing. Because so many people are asking him for what he does, right? What I sell is what Ron and I wish existed. We would have put the money up had we been able to start this 7 years ago. We would have put the money up and been like, yep, train me. I will sit in the class and go and do the things that are going to help me build an empire. That's all I wanted to do. All I wanted to do was build a nice big empire and then retire. And then as I got into it, I realized my form of retirement is building businesses. And the best business I could change if I was going to build one, right? I'm 35 years old. If I'm going to build a business for the next 30, 40 years, I want to build a business that can have a massive impact on the planet. And so I decided I'm going to build a business that has the highest leverage to change the planet. And that's education. You give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. You teach a person to fish, a man or a woman, a person to fish. You feed them and their family's family for life. And so building an education company was the highest leverage business I could possibly build with the highest level of impact that I could possibly find. And I said, I got 30 to 40 years to do this. So at some point, I'll have the greatest education company on the planet. And since I'm already a real estate investor, I might as well go after the $1 billion with real estate because that's the one avenue I know can do it. And so South Coast Capital Investments keeps putting in offers. We keep building better products. We keep investing in our real estate. We keep offering it to our investors and bringing in better quality investors with more knowledge, more skills, more drive. And we keep building up South Coast Capital Investments because who better to teach how to make money than a billionaire? And so I decided I had to financially do that in order to teach, in order to be able to get people to the next level. So I have these two businesses that I run that kind of feed each other. There is a business that you could run that could have a massive impact and also help you financially. And put those two together and build them and do it for the right reason. Do it because you know you're capable of it. That's it. There's no better reason than just to see what you're capable of. Does that make sense? Just to see. It's not about competing with anybody else. It's about competing with yourself. Getting to that next level. Focus on the best. Surround yourself with the best. You will become the best. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the mastermind, we'll see you at Mike Shine's house in North Kingstown at 12. I've got to head out of here so I can get there myself. Cheers to your success. Be with choice. Always work with the best.
Work with the best.
That was really good.
And let's give Ron Bowling a round of applause for hosting us here this morning. Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron.
Hey, Ron.
Melanie Santos, Valenis Bauer, your whip. We drove all the way over to Odd Street. Thanks to you. Appreciate you guys. Ron, 28 Odd Street. Send the money.
Hey.
Send all the money. Send
Ron,
all the cash.
get your butt over to Mike's. We're hanging out.
Hell yeah.
He's come.
See you soon, guys.
Patrick, have your air balloon sail over.
Air balloon's already in the air. Patrick's landing soon.
On the way.
Bring one. We'll set it up in your yard. It's a wonderful day for it.
Yes, absolutely. It's right
Stake
over
in the ground.
septic.
Fire in the air.